Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. Here we go, another fall/autumn wreath. I'm not going to talk too much in the intro. We're just going to jump right into it using 10-inch Deco mesh, a 14-inch wire wreath frame, and some fun little items to throw on top of it as well. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. This is a 14-inch wire wreath frame. This just comes from the Dollar Tree. I have 10-inch Deco mesh in brown and in a plaid color. The brown comes from Michaels, the plaid from Hobby Lobby. 2.5-inch wired ribbon. This ribbon comes from Michaels, both of them. I also have some fall floral picks from Michaels to add to our wreath. I'm using 4.5-inch cable ties. If you don't have those, you can totally use pipe cleaners. And of course, my regular crafting utensils. Here is all of the materials that I'm going to be using today to create this fall wreath. To start, I have my cutting mat and my rotary cutter to cut my Deco mesh. If you don't have those, you can use a pair of scissors and a ruler. That works totally fine. What is our magic number today? It is that number 10. So today I am cutting all of my Deco mesh at that 10-inch mark. What I'm doing is I'm actually going to layer the two pieces or the two rolls of Deco mesh on top of each other and do my cuts at that 10-inch mark. It goes a little bit faster. So I'm using 10-inch by 10-yard poly Deco mesh in brown, 10-inch by 18-foot Deco mesh in autumn plaid. I'm cutting 10 inches of each of the Deco meshes and 18 pieces each. So I'm going to use 10 yards in total of that Deco mesh. So I'm going to continue cutting until I get all of those 18 pieces at that 10-inch mark. Now that I have that done, we're going to create our little bundles. I'm using one piece Deco mesh each, cable tie, a little clamp, and a roll from the center of our Deco mesh roll. So I'm just going to lay it out flat. I have my cut edges on the left and right. I'm going to turn it over so it looks like a triangle, a diamond shape. Then I'm going to take the inside tube. It's a cardboard tube from our Deco mesh, and I'm just going to roll that Deco mesh up into that tube all around. Take out that tube, and of course now we have this tube shape, or as I like to say on my channel, cannoli shape, because I always think about food. Then we're going to take that little clothespin, put it right on there, put it off to the side, and we're going to repeat the same process. So I have my cut edges at the left and the right. We're going to turn it into a diamond shape, grab our tube, and then we're going to roll up that Deco mesh starting at that bottom point all the way up to the center point. Take out that tube, fold over that Deco mesh again, creating that little petal shape. Now we're going to insert our plaid Deco mesh inside of the brown Deco mesh. So we're just going to take those two tubes, squish it right in the center there after we fold it over. Grab that cable tie, and then we're just going to cable tie that all together. If you want, you can use elastics. That works totally fine. I like the cable tie. It's a little bit more secure for the attachments. So again, two pieces of Deco mesh. We have our cable tie and all of our other utensils. We're going to start off with a diamond shape. Grab the tube, roll it up from the bottom to the top, take the tube out, fold it in half, and then we're going to just grab that clothespin, put it off to the side, and we're going to create the same tube again. Diamond shape, grab that tube, roll it up into a tube shape or cannoli, fold that in half, grab the plaid, and then we're going to wrap the brown on the outside of the plaid and create our little fan petal, if you will. We're going to take that cable tie, wrap it about maybe an inch, maybe a half an inch from the end, and then we're just going to pull it really tight, cut the excess off, and there we go. Those are our bundles we're going to create our wreath with today. I'm going to keep on making my bundles. Again, we're going to make 18 of those in total, and I'll let you know later on how many I do per section. So here is our 14-inch wire wreath frame. It has 4 rounds of wires plus those anchors. I'm going to get rid of the innermost wire, and I'm going to cut right at that anchor point. So where it intersects right at the third wire, I'm going to take that middle one out. So now we have 3 wires going all the way around. Once we do that, it is a sharp edge. So I like to take electrical tape and just wrap it around each point where we've done our cut. If you don't have electrical tape in your crafting supply stock, I'm going to say, go out and buy some. They're at the dollar store. They work perfect for this. It's a stretchy tape. It works great. I love using it, and it comes so in handy. Once I get the tape all on there, I'm going to grab my bundles. I'm going to grab a whole handful of that cable ties. And now what I'm going to do is insert the middle or the ends of our bundles right in between the 2 innermost wire, just where my finger was. So that edge or that end, that middle piece, whatever you want to call it, we're going to insert it on the inside, in between the inside wire and the second wire. Then I'm just going to take a cable tie and I'm going to wrap that underneath both wires and our bundle that we just placed in there. We're going to pull it nice and tight, make sure it's nice and in there, and then we're just going to cut the excess off. So again, we take that bundle, that middle part or the butt part, whatever you want to call it, we're going to just stuff that right in there in between the 2 inside wires, grab that cable tie, place that underneath the 2 wires and the bundle, and then we're going to attach it on the top side, closing it off until you hear those click, 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 click of those cable ties. Pull it nice and tight, and then we're going to cut the excess off. This will be my second one. I'm going to put a third one, and I'm going to do 3 of these bundles per section. And there's 6 sections in each of the wireframes you get from the dollar store. So that is a total of 6 times 3 is 18. That is why we have 18 pieces cut at that 10-inch mark for this. Once I get it all done on there, look at this. Love! Love the plaid, love the brown. This definitely went above my expectations of what I had in my mind. I just love it. I hope you do too. Now, we're going to make a bow. Obviously, I showed you a couple pieces of ribbon right in the beginning, but I decided to use this 2.5-inch natural burlap. It's wired instead. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting 3 pieces at 26 inches, 2 pieces at 22 inches for making our bow, and that's about roughly 4 yards. Here's the ribbon I showed you right in the beginning. It is gorgeous. I'm not going to lie. It just didn't really go together with my plaid and the brown. So I decided let's just do a neutral natural burlap. I'm going to take our first ribbon, lay it good side facing down, fold over one edge, just about halfway, and then I'm going to come in about 1 inch from the edge, gather it together, we create a loop and a tail, put it right in between my 2 fingers so I have the loop at the top and the tails at the bottom. We're going to take our second piece, do the exact same thing, good side facing down, bring it over a little bit, however large you want that bow. Come in about 1 inch from the edge so we have something to grab onto, and I'm going to do that for all of the ribbon. So I have 5 pieces of ribbon in total at 2 different lengths to create this bundle bow. Once it's all together, I'm going to take a cable tie, wrap it right around I was holding all of our pieces. Now I'm not going to pull it tight just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a full-length pipe cleaner and just wrap that in there, and then I'm going to pull that cable tie nice and tight, cut the excess off. Now that that pipe cleaner is to attach it to our wreath frame, and of course, you're going to say with me, it's fluffing time. It always makes me laugh, and I really hope that makes you laugh as well. I love fluffing bows. I know there's a lot of you out there love fluffing bows. And of course, did you notice on this bow, I have just a straight edge, not the dovetail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my fall floral. It has a pumpkin and some leaves on there. Cut a little bit off, hot glue right in the center, and I'm just going to add that to the center of my bow, just to add a little bit more je ne sais quoi to that bow. Once that's all done, my bow is off to the side. I'm going to do a dry run and see how I like to place everything on my wreath. So of course, I've done this several times before. You may know it. I call it a dry run just to kind of see where everything's going to go before I attach everything or glue everything down. For my fall florals with the leaves and the berries, I'm just going to cut those off into smaller pieces. And for that grass, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap a couple of pipe cleaners around the stem. So one right at the top, one right at the bottom, and that's how I'm going to attach it to the wreath. So I'm going to feed those pipe cleaners right through the back side. You can see here I'm lifting up that deco mesh that we placed down earlier, feeding the pipe cleaner right through the back, fluffing up my mesh a little bit, and then what I do is I just twist it about 4 or 5 times on the back, cut the excess off, but I'm also going to do the bottom side. And then when it comes time to add the bow on there, I do the exact same thing. That pipe cleaner we added on right in between that cable tie, we're going to pull those through right to the back, cut that excess off. And what I like to do with the pipe cleaner attachments is add a little bit of glue just to make sure they're not going to go anywhere. We don't want those coming apart. I'm going to let that fully dry, and then I'm going to take some hot glue, add that onto the stems of all of those beautiful colored leaves. I'm going to fluff them up a little bit before I add them on there, add more hot glue, and I'm just going to stick them right in between where we have that bow and our grass. I'm going to pick it up, take a look at it, see if I like it. I do. I'm in love with it. Now, can you notice something different about our bow? Yes, I decided to change my mind. Instead of the flat edge, I was like, you know what? I love the dovetails on our bow. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I thought I was going to do something different, but you know what? I reverted back to the dovetail, and I'm actually happy I did, because look at how beautiful that bow turned out. And I just am in love with that plaid and that brown deco mesh and our little petal form method we used today, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for joining me today while I created this fall wreath. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.